What's up, big guy? How you doing?
Listen, I'm talking to you about a Matrix movie. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah,
Really is.
there we go. It's good to see.
Nice to see you. So I listen, I can't imagine what it was like for you when you got the call from Lana to be a part of this.
Mhm.
What actually was it like? What do you, for fans of Lana and for the Matrix, what do you think they might be surprised to learn about what it's really like to make a film like this?
That a lot of the and a lot of the consideration was not for the movie during the making of this film. The consideration was for the actors, for the experience, for the family, as Lana would call it. It was about making a film, but it was about having a good experience as coworkers, as artists inside of the pandemic. And I think a lot of those themes eventually bleed into the film. But sometimes the filmmaking was secondary to the experience that we were having, if that if that all makes any sense.
It does, and it just is so unusual for a film. It's just not, it's not the norm for making a
Yeah,
movie.
yeah. I mean, it's not, especially for a movie like this that takes so much attention to filmmaking detail, into story, into storyboarding, into light, into action. So obviously, the movie was a top priority. But the spirit that the movie was made in, I think I'll call it back to that, was almost as if the film was a secondary, was a byproduct of the experience that we were having. I mean, even if I go back to my audition process, I probably spent an hour and a half talking about my past, and talking about relationships and friendships and family, and maybe about 25 minutes on my feet acting. And we sort of came to mutual decisions with that type of process.
Because I don't want to do spoilers, I'm going to ask you this question.
Yeah.
What day of the shoot were you sitting there and sort of just like floored that you were in this moment of being able to work with Keanu and be a part of this movie? Because this franchise means so much to so many people.
It's probably about 3 months into filming. I've had other moments, but there was maybe 3 months into filming where we're doing a scene where we're sort of giving a nod back to the original Matrix, and I'm wearing some of the Morpheus gear and sitting in the chair, and Keanu's there before me, but he's also projected as a younger version of himself from maybe 20 years in the past, and that was a moment where that was a complete uh, mind-bending experience where I said, okay, I'm in the Matrix, I'm in the Matrix, in the Matrix, in the Matrix, and Keanu's right in front of me, and that was, there was a lot of strange days like that on set.
My last question for you. Obviously, I am overjoyed that James and you guys have been making Aquaman 2. I know it's
Yeah.
wrapped. What can you tease about Black Manta in the sequel? What can you tell people about the sequel?
Yeah, I mean, it's another exciting adventure. I think in this one we get to see what it looks like to have Black Manta, more in the driver's seat. We get to see, what it looks like for him to be a little bit more in charge. Definitely, we get to see some more of his own personality, some of the things that he struggled with, and some of his aspirations, and what it means for him to have a little bit um, more muscle, a little bit more power, in this film. So I'm excited about introducing a more fleshed out, rounded, personality to the world.
What was your reaction to the script when you read it?
I said, okay, let's go. Okay, let's go.
I honestly can't wait. I think I'm out of time, so I'm just going to stop and say, man, I wish you. I'm so happy for your success, and I
Yeah,
wish you nothing but the best.
it's always a pleasure to see you.